everyone, so this is my Friday forecast and let's take a look at the euro and the US dollar. Currently this one is very range bound. We have just broken the low retraced, broken the high retraced, and are just ranging between the most recent low and the most recent high. So what I can forecast is that we get more of this sort of price action, especially since it is Friday and the market is soon to be closing. So on Monday and Tuesday they are predominantly range bound and I would expect more ranging price action. What I'm searching for on Monday and Tuesday is a nice impulse up and then a flag, or a nice impulse pullback, another impulse break and retest, or maybe a clean ascending structure, reversal, impulse down. And what I need to be aware is if we do get more of this range, then look out for the liquidity areas above and below, where the price can just push into them and retrace. So when we see price reach the liquidity area, we need to see a big solid break that signals to us that we are not just gonna break and take out people's stops and retrace. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. Same thing I can forecast to the downside. I would like to see a large impulse down and then a flag, or a push, pullback, another push, break and retest trade. Also I would like to see a nice clean descending structure, reversal to the upside, and then look for a long trade. And same thing to the downside, the liquidity areas. I need to keep an eye on that, especially if we get a larger range, because then the people that are trading this range, that are going long at this point and going short at this point, usually keep their stops at this level and their stops at this level, as I drew before. So let's take a look at the euro and the Japanese yen now. There was an opportunity to enter on a flag, so right on this candle. This would be the entry candle. What we were seeing, so we were seeing this descending structure, breaking the lows, retracing, breaking the lows, retracing, breaking the lows, retracing, and breaking only with a small amount, so only with wicks, which is a very good sign. So this was a very clean descending structure because of these breaks, where we have just broken with huge wicks and just by a few pips. If you take a look at this, 406, 400, 396, so just taking out stops and retracing immediately, taking out stops and retracing immediately. Then we got this reversal candle and it ended with a large wick. I would even classify this as a huge wick. So at that point I wanted to see, let me take it further back. So at this point I wanted to see more of a range. I wanted to see something like this, a nice wide range, then I would look for a flag. But what we actually got is we got, just a second, so we got a very quick flag, only 4 candles in the flag. So this was not enough of a range for me to enter, and I stayed out of this trade because of this reason. But yeah, I would get stopped out if I was actually in this trade. So this candle would have taken me out personally. But then what happened? So we broke the high, retraced, and now we are getting this sort of an ascending structure because we just broke this high retrace, broke this high retrace, left a huge wick, left a large wick right here. So that is the reason why I didn't enter on this flag. I was really liking this reversal from the descending. I was liking the descending, I was liking the impulse, but I didn't like this huge wick. I wanted to see some more evidence. What I can expect now is that we get more of this ascending channel. Then I look for a reversal and a trade short, or maybe we get an impulse to the upside straight from here, look for a trade long, or an impulse, pull back, another impulse, look for a break and a retest. We can get a descending into an ascending because of this ascending into descending, which usually signals to us ranging price action. Also we can get a descending and then a reversal up, but this impulse needs to be large to confirm to me we are no longer in a range bound market. Also we can get a large push down, look for a flag, or we can get a push, pull back, another push, break and retest, like I always forecast. This would then signal a trend to the downside. So that's it for EJ. As I said, liked this setup, but didn't like the small amount of candles that formed the flag, so stayed out, didn't fit my plan. And currently I'm waiting for some range bound price action, because on Monday and Tuesdays we know that they're predominantly range bound. For the Aussie and the Japanese yen, let's take a look at this pair. So right here we got this V reversal, and usually we get this V, then we get the range, and then we push to the upside. So we did get the V, we did get this sort of a range, and then we reversed to the upside from this smaller descending. But this just wasn't enough for me to look for a long trade, because we left a huge wick. Also there was a liquidity area above. Because we started ranging right here, I then classified this upper part as a liquidity area. So what happened? We broke into it, left a huge wick and retraced from the liquidity area, which signaled to me that we will probably reverse to a downside, and then I would look for a short trade. But I didn't want to look for any long trades, because this was signaling to me, as I said, taking out the stops from the liquidity area, and that the price is likely to reverse to the downside. Also we can get more of this ascending, then I would also look for a reversal and a trade short. Or we can look for something like this, signaling to us a trend to the downside. We can also get a descending structure, reversal up, look for a long trade, or a large impulse up, look for a flag. But currently this to me is looking like, on the overall structure, like we're getting this ascending. This to me looks ascending. So as I said, I'm looking for a reversal to a downside, especially now that we have taken out these stops. We left a huge wick and retraced. I'm definitely looking for a reversal. I don't think we will get it today or even on Monday and Tuesday, maybe later in the next week, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Also we can just range between the low and the high. And also what I'm seeing, that the price action is not really looking clean. There are huge wicks to the upside and to the downside, not really showing me what I want to see, that clean price action. Look at these wicks, like right here, double huge wicks, huge wick to the upside, huge wick to the downside. Just a lot of wicks, which is signaling to me volatility and indecision in the markets. And I want to sit on my hands and look for some cleaner price action before looking for any entries. This to me is looking very very crappy. So let's switch over to the last pair, the Aussie and the Japanese yen. This one is still ranging from the forecast yesterday. As I said, we got this reversal down, then we got a V reversal to the upside. What I was expecting from this sort of price action, I was expecting this V, small range, to continue to the upside. But we actually just started ranging between the low and the high, as you can see. So I would expect that we will get more of this sort of price action, especially since we are now at the end of the week. I would expect more ranging price action between the low or the high. And what I'm searching for, so I'm searching for, of course, let me draw my liquidity areas. I'm searching for a nice big break to the upside with conviction, look for a flag, or to the downside, look for a flag. What I don't want to see is just a break, small break, maybe one or two smaller candles and then a straight retrace that can just continue ranging. Because as I said, people are going long at this point, like on the smaller scale, on the smaller time frames, people are going long at the bottom of the channel and going short at the top of the channel. And where do they keep their stops? Well, right in these areas they keep their stops. So the market makers usually go into the liquidity area and retrace straight away to grab that liquidity and maybe to continue ranging or reverse to the upside. Definitely something to keep in mind on this pair. That is why I need to see a nice clean break with conviction, because then I know that the market makers are committed to, let's say, the upside, and I'm looking for a trade. So we can get a descending into the liquidity area, of course, then a reversal up, that would be a good trade, or an ascending into the liquidity area, then a reversal down, also a high probability setup. Since then the market makers are taking out people's stops, and there are and when it is into a liquidity area, it's even higher probability, because we know that there are already some stops from the range, and then even more stops are taken out by creating this ascending structure. So very high probability for it to reverse to the downside, and if I see evidence, I would be definitely looking for a trade. Also, I would like to see a nice trend form, something like this, to the downside or to the upside. Nice trend. I would then look for trades definitely, but currently looking volatile and looking like some crappy price action. Look at these wicks right here, this wick just showing me wicks and indecision. So if we squeeze, just showing an ascending into a descending, range bound price action, and I need to see a nice large impulse to look for any trades. So yeah, that is it for the forecast. The market has not been looking that good this week, but maybe the next week will show us some more opportunities, and maybe the market will start to shape up. So that's it, and I will see you in the next one.